So J Cole, he did the freestyle on the Heavens EP freestyle on Drake's track "Pipe Down,"
Pipe down. That's
where
it.
he, if you haven't heard it already,
Talking about like putting people away.
yeah, well he can see he said that people are throwing the bronze at him, saying that he's behind Drake and Kendrick, and he pretty much said those guys are superstars to me. That's kind of like
It's a win. Yeah.
that's what he.
Who said
that's
that?
This is what J Cole said about
J. Cole said,
on this
yeah.
on this recent track, on his recent freestyle. A lot of people are taking it as if like he's conceding. He's saying that he is third, whereas I think
He's not.
I don't
He's not
think
number 3, bro. Dead ass.
I think
Not
he's
number
just
3.
I think he's
People
just,
can put him at number 3, but he's not.
I think he's just acknowledging that I feel like there's a bigger group. The largest group that would say he's third would be J. Cole. Everyone would say a higher percentage of people would say J. Cole is
Yeah,
third.
I think so too.
In new rappers, bro, I put him at 3, but like as like a out of everyone, bro, dead or alive, he's not number 3, G.
No.
He's so
no,
far
that's
down.
what I'm saying. He said
Sure.
he's throwing they're throwing bronze at me behind Drake and Kendrick. So he's talking about current. He's not talking all time.
Yeah.
He's talking about today.
Well,
They're throwing
So,
the bronze at him, saying that he's.
so Drake.
Well, he didn't say the number. He didn't say that. He didn't
It has
say.
to be Drake.
He's saying that
Kendrick.
all he's saying is he's third and he's behind Kendrick and.
Bro,
and-
Drake shouldn't
and
even be
Drake.
in there. Nah, Drake should be in there because of his things, but like him and Kendrick are the ones that should be fighting. Not
Well, it's-
fighting, but like that.
Kendrick?
It's undeniable
What did I
that.
say?
Is that what you're talking about?
What-
You're talking about
But like, how would he could?
Yeah.
How do you reckon he was
Yeah,
thinking?
they're the
though?
ones who
was
should
it
be, like-
sales? Is it bars? Is it
They
music?
came out at the same time, and they're the.
I don't know.
They always get compared to each other. They've always been.
I just think Drake's like far exceeded everyone else, bro. Like,
Well, let's just get it clear.
as an artist, right? I ain't talking about just rapping,
Yeah.
but as an artist, I feel like he's just
He's an upper
bro, he's
echelon, bro.
beyond rap music, bro.
Exactly,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Bro, my mom knows Drake. She doesn't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
Kendrick or J.
Yeah,
Cole.
yeah,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's when you know, like, this guy
Right.
has, like, literally transcended
Measure-
just from
Facts.
our generation, but, like, onto the next older than us.
If you
Yeah,
have a
I know what I'm
5-year-old,
saying.
if you have a 5-year-old daughter, bro, she's gonna know Drake. She's not gonna know Kendrick.
But you're probably doing TikTok dances on Drake's song, bro.
Bro,
You know what I
dead
mean?
ass.
Yeah, won't know Kendrick Lamar though.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So, but there's no denying the top 3 today is the
Those
top
3. Those
yeah.
3, 100%.
I just find it strange that he wants to. I don't even think he needed.
I
don't
reckon
know.
I'll put him in second. You know what I mean?
But
Oh.
he obviously he feels some type of way about this.
Okay.
You don't as like me myself, even if I did think I was third, or people were saying I was third, I wouldn't mention being third.
But I think more so it's like putting it to rest, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah.
think-
So that the comparisons just stop.
I get that. Do you know?
I don't know.
'Cause
Logically,
he's always been like that. Like Cole's always been that dude. Like,
but logically in my head, he should feel like he can't be third, because like I said, me being a Kendrick, he could say he's
yeah.
active.
But I don't think. But that's the thing is that I don't think Cole cares enough to try to be number 1 for everyone or try to make it look like he thinks he's the man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he cares about the comparison.
And
But
then
that's always the vibe I got from him,
Yeah.
right?
'Cause he's
So
always
but
the
why does he have
kickback
to
guy.
say it though?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nah,
That's why I
feel you,
don't-
feel you.
Do you reckon that it's a reverse psychology then? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't
reckon it's
know
just
it.
dating,
so
bro.
everybody's
like
just
it-
like, yeah, maybe.
I feel like
maybe
it
he's
plays
better
with-
than 3.
I feel like
That's
it plays
what
with
we're
his
talking about
mind.
right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody will be like
We wouldn't
debating
have
this
talked
shit.
about this if he had.
Yeah.
If he didn't say it.
I feel like he played because I don't think
this is his whole purpose.
I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, yeah.
Right. When
Man.
early on, maybe 2011, 2012, 2013, that time,
Yeah.
I felt like what Kendrick was doing was what J. Cole was meant to be doing. That's how I felt.
Right.
I felt like Kendrick's trajectory and what he was doing is what J. Cole should have been doing,
For sure.
but he didn't do it.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm not saying I don't think he was ever jealous of it or thought anything of it, but I just think, I don't know. I just think there's things within
I think
Cole's.
Kendrick got over it because he was always getting named as like number 1, like for like a whole time. So I just think Kendrick just got fucking over it, bro. And it was just like laters. That's what I exactly reckon what
What's
happened.
that for Kendrick?
Yeah, because he was always compared to being like top tier or like fucking probably one of the
I don't think-
dopest like lyricists.
I
in
think
the
the
world.
person that needs the least validation, like as a person, personally, I think the person that needs the less validation out of all three of them is Kendrick.
But you think about
For
like
sure.
rock stars.
Him
bro.
personally, I'm not talking about
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he gets enough
Yeah.
validation. I think he goes into an album, he goes into the studio, he
And
goes
just does his thing.
he
and
does
then
he
drops
goes about
it.
his day to day without
But-
any care of if he's first, second,
Yeah.
or third. I think Drake walks in with a chip on his shoulder all the time, and I think there's a lot
Yeah,
of things
100%.
that psychologically play
Yeah,
with
for
Cole's
sure.
mind in terms of how his
I
career.
think with Drake, the chip on his shoulder, bro, is firstly like since he started, right? People just read him off like
He's a
I don't
meme,
miss
bro.
this dude.
bro.
He's a
Yeah.
fucking meme, bro.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Drake's the type of guy that
Like he's a goofy. I'm
He's
not
that
gonna
fucking
listen
guy,
to
bro.
this dude, bro. Like because he like you hear people talk about it all the time. Like other rappers, they like Drake came in 0 street credibility, bro. But he can
was in a wheelchair on Degrassi.
bro. But he
Exactly.
can
Throw that
rap
out
like
there.
crazy, bro. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Wayne picked him up, one of the hottest rappers at the
Bruh.
time.
But
Signed
bro,
him.
But don't you think that Take Care like set the face for the
It did, bro.
upcoming generation?
Yeah,
In terms of
100%.
sound.
That was like his. That
You know
was
what
like
I mean?
that was the album that everybody was like, "Yo, this
Bro,
was that was his
like,
Carter 2, bro. That was his
what
Carter
is it?
2
The
from
Motto?
Kanye West."
The motto, yeah,
the motto, bro,
G.
that created the sound for.
That's one with like Pound
every-
Cake on it, eh?
Bro,
Pound Cake's
yeah,
on.
Pound Cake, yeah,
Pound
yeah.
Cake's on that shit with Jigga, bro.
Bro, people get the YOLO tatted on them and that era.
Deadass.
Like think about it that way. You know what I mean? YOLO,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's a stupid ass saying. Like,
And, like,
it's from that
well,
album.
But even that beat, bro, like that whole sound, that ended up being the sound for like the next freaking 4 years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I
G.
mean? Then
Yeah.
DJ Mustard dropped. Everyone started making songs to Mustard stuff. Like it was just crazy.
And
But,
like,
but you can also say the same thing with Kanye though about Yeezus, and I feel like that was like years ahead of its time because you can still put it next to songs that are getting played now, and it doesn't sound outdated. If you-
yeah,
you know what I
100%.
mean?
Like you'll listen to Yeezus now, and it's just like, fuck, I get it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I listened to it back, I think last year, and I'm like, wow, like I get it
And he did the 8-song shit before he did the 8-song shit.
for
Like
sure.
he did 8 songs, and then he did fucking what 2 other albums with like X amount of things, and then he did the 8 album shit for his whole fucking label. Like you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these like it's the same shit. But
Yeah.
what I see about like Kendrick like dropping off is like I feel like he's like these like the 27 Club, and instead of like dying or like overdosing and shit, he's just pretty much just like laters.
Yeah.
Because you guys keep comparing me to these fucking people,
Yeah,
or you guys put me in the spotlight that I don't want to fucking be in,
Hard up.
and I'm over it. But then like J Cole's just like, why am I not in the spotlight?
Yeah.
And then now he's like solidifying himself as like,
So-
fuck, I'll take number 3 because like anybody who
Hard
wants
up.
to be in the top 3, come fuck with me.
What was he?
So
get what I mean?
how much do you
Bar
think
out.
that how much for each one of them? How much do you think the top 3 really weighs on them?
Drake,
Heavy,
Drake the most.
heavy, bro. for
Drake,
sure.
You think
Drake
that
Drake,
most.
you think
Kendrick, and I reckon Kendrick and Cole are probably like around
Yeah.
the
you
same
think
at
it,
the bottom.
it affects Drake,
Drake
the
the
perception
most.
of
The
the
most,
top
for
3?
sure.
He has to
G.
be. He has to be the one,
For
bro.
sure.
He has to be the one. That's why he's so hungry. That's why he's always like
Yeah.
driven. That's why he
And then
started
what
from the
we
bottom
say-
and now he's
are
here.
we
Because
saying-
he's had that chip on his shoulder from the jump, bro.
So we're saying
Deadass.
Drake, Cole, Kendrick.
Yeah,
Bro,
Drake Cole,
100%.
Kendrick, Cole second because of the thing that he said on that song. You know what I mean? Like he did. I feel like he almost didn't have to say.
I feel like almost Drake feels past the top 3.
If,
yeah.
yeah, but that's what we're talking about. Is like because
I think the hunger comes from the all time.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
my
yeah,
man's
yeah.
trying
Sure.
to chase Michael Jackson, bro.
but that's
Oh,
why we're
yeah.
saying that. That's why.
But he's trying to chase Michael Jackson, and it's coming at the expense of what he wants out of the hip hop scene.
yeah.
And
But
it's
that's
like it's just I feel like he's playing this game it's a losing battle. That
But I think too, like the only thing that will change the way people view him, bro, is how much he cares about it. Do you know what I mean? Like if he just refuses
yeah.
to care about it, people will be like, "I think."
well, that's that's what I'm saying with J Cole. Like, I don't know why he has to talk about it because I have not been in the mood for a ranking system of those 3 for years.
Yeah, but
They're
if,
the
you
only
think,
ones
about, if
that-
you think about J Cole's career, bro, like it's been an uphill battle the whole time.
for sure.
and they're
You know what
the,
I mean? He dropped Sideline Story, bro, and nothing.
Yeah,
like that
nobody
album was
liked it.
freaking crazy though.
Bro, Return of the Simba. That
Yeah,
track-
crazy.
Bro.
But same as Born Sinner, crazy album.
Exactly, G.
Like, you know, and then Forest Hills Drive got some love, but that's because everyone hyped it. And, like, you know, that became like a friggin', like its own thing.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, oh, I'm a J. Cole fan, I'm a J. Cole fan.
What's
like,
the album after that?
Oh, no. For Your Eyes Only.
Oh yeah, For Your Eyes Only.
That was hard. That was
Yeah.
the only one that I listened to. That
Bro,
and
see, I hated
that
that album.
That
Which
and
one?
KOD.
For Your Eyes Only.
That and KOD was fire.
I don't
Even
mind that
KOD I
album.
didn't like, bro.
Yeah.
KOD
See,
was sick. I
there's a
love
shit that got
KOD,
me, bro.
The hardest
I get
thing,
it.
the hardest thing
They
with
put me
Cole,
on. They put me.
I think the
put
hard-
him on my radar.
the thing with Cole and Drake is that they are their own worst enemies, both
Yeah,
of them,
for sure.
and
No,
for
you're
different
right.
But-
reasons.
If you think about,
Like-
if you think about like those three people, who else do you put those three? Do you compare those three people to? They're the trifecta at the moment, bro.
There's
and
no
they've
one else
been the
to compare it-
There's
to
been the
compare it
trifecta for this like generation. Like, there's no one else you could probably put in with them, and everybody else you're gonna put in like top tier rappers. Last generation.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why
like
they
Kanye.
compare themselves to each other.
Yeah,
That's
because they're the
why
only
they-
ones
Yeah,
that
no,
compare
no, no,
themselves.
but I
They're the
think-
ones that are fighting
I
because they
think
came out
I think there's this. I think
at the same time.
with with Cole and Drake, there's things even outside of them looking at their peers, which is each other. I think even within their own careers, there's things that they haven't dealt with
Yeah.
internally.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel like,
But that's what I'm saying. Like with
Drake-
Cole's whole journey, bro. Like,
but that's at Cole. That I think with Cole, it hurts him because he knows he made those decisions. Like I feel like
because the thing is that if he would have stayed on, like, in my opinion, bro, Born Sinner is his best album. Like, I love that album.
I like the album a lot, but I know why it wasn't.
Yeah.
where
No,
it could
for
be.
sure. I know why it wasn't, but
Yeah.
I feel like he hates himself because of the decision to go mainstream rather than
For sure.
trust his inner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because all those
Honestly.
songs
I
came
think-
out, and then he was pretty much like mainstream, and all those songs are on playlists now, and all those songs are on people's fucking favorited playlists.
He went
Honestly, for
he
sure.
went too much both times, right?
Yeah, bro.
It went the first time he went too commercial. He tried to be a rapper.
Yeah, he tried to be an
He tried to
artist.
be and it was like he wanted the work out for me. He wanted all these
Yeah.
he wanted all these tracks, right? And he wanted the
Can't get enough.
he wanted to be standing there with Jay-Z and Kanye.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And he wanted the chains and he wanted the what I didn't think he wanted it.
He
but
did get the
he
chain
was-
though, the Jesus
Yeah,
piece and
I think
everything.
he wanted to.
And that's why he grew
There
dreads,
was
bro,
a-
to show these off that shit.
There was like
And that's why he wears Crocs.
yeah, he was chasing
Yeah.
something.
Plays
That's why he
basketball.
turned vegan.
And I think for Born Sinner, he went too much the other way where he wanted to bring it back down,
conscious,
and
yeah.
he just went. But also the production, he
Yeah,
produced
yeah.
it all himself.
And it's
Yeah.
hard.
And the reason why it didn't go is because it's that thing where it's like you can listen front to back, and if someone isn't in the loop, they just think it's one song.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Sure.
Right?
sure,
And
for
it's-
sure.
And,
Yeah, no,
and
you're
it's,
right.
and,
You're right.
and it's his problem that he talked about now, where he's like he doesn't want to look back on his career and he didn't feature with anyone.
Yeah.
I think like a couple
That's the
years ago
hardest
he
shit,
looked back
though.
at Born Sinner and he was like, I don't know why I didn't tap so and so for a beat. I don't know why I didn't
Yeah,
tap so and
That's
so for a
it.
beat.
But that song, Crooked Smile, was a banger though.
Oh yeah,
Bro, honestly, that album is
it's a really good
crazy,
album.
bro.
It's a really good album.
I think I still
from
like
start to finish, bro.
I think I still like Sideline Stories better though.
But what
Sorry,
year?
sorry,
What year is
sorry.
this? What year is this?
What's that?
14?
Born Sinner?
13.
Born Sinner.
13.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was that for Drake, and what was that for Kendrick?
That was hard.
That was
That was not.
That was a hard. That was a
Pimp a
hard
Butterfly,
time for Born
wasn't it?
Sinner to put him like really
Oh, it
there.
was either 13 or end of 12, maybe. I think.
It doesn't either way. If
I
it's
think I was
13 or
fresh out of
12,
high school, so I
This
think it
is-
was like 13.
this is nothing was the same. Drake.
Yeah, nothing
And
was
this
the
is
same.
Bro, I was already
What Kendrick
bad,
was it
bro.
though?
hey,
What Kendrick was it though?
it's Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh,
Kendrick.
nah, G.
Yeah.
So it's a hard
Nah.
time.
No,
It's a hard
yeah,
time
no,
to drop
for
Born
sure,
Sinner.
for sure. But
Yeah.
I think, like, in terms of list, and I think that's the problem too with the comparisons and stuff like that. Is like you were saying with Kendrick just being off the buzz. I think it's because like they get sick of the fact that people don't just appreciate
Them
what they
as
do for what they do.
yeah, them as an artist.
Yeah,
And
where they're
always
like, oh no,
compare,
but this
yeah.
doesn't sound like.
They're always
blah, blah,
putting
blah.
numbers
Exactly.
next to
That's not
their
as
name.
good as yeah.
They always
Yeah.
putting numbers next to their
And
name.
it's funny because I had this, because I put a post on Facebook here and I was like talking about albums and stuff and artists, and one of my mates commented, and then I found myself going in on Kendrick, bro, like talking about, nah man, like I feel like he's gone real corny, like amazing brother, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hold on a second, bro, like I sound goofy as because
Yeah.
I don't just sit and appreciate what he does.
We still got to give him his flowers.
Exactly.
We still got to give
and
all
that's,
three of
and
them
that's
their
where it
flowers.
hit me.
G.
I was
Deadass.
like, oh, nah, I got to stop with this.
This is the
I just
thing.
gotta sit, listen, and appreciate it, bro.
You know a Kendrick song when you hear one. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
and
I
I
don't-
think this is the
Same.
greatest thing, you know, between J Cole, Drake, and Kendrick. Like, you know, who's gonna rap on this beat when you first hear it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
100%.
It sounds familiar.
for sure.
Out of the three of them, too, like Cole and Drake. I don't know if it's because they voice it in their songs, but they're the two that always. There's a big crowd that love to go against it. They love to rile up Cole and Drake, and they love to rile up the fans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Whereas with Kendrick, I don't know if it's almost because he doesn't. Like, Kendrick goes at heads of that
sure.
artist that he wants to go at.
For sure.
But he won't talk about the fans of the art, like, of those artists.
Yeah.
He won't talk about, but Drake and Cole, they love to talk about the opposers, that the haters that naysay about them.
Yeah.
It's almost like every album, for sure, almost every track. They like to talk about the naysayers more than anything else.
But I think too, like, the biggest influence when it comes to the way they see themselves in that, or like the chips they have on their shoulder, it comes down to fans not paying enough attention to an artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
100%.
Like,
That's what I'm talking about, like the whole like rock
Drake
stuff.
fans don't know freaking.
Yeah.
Like,
So
So
far
far
gone.
gone,
or-
yeah.
Like they
And that's
don't.
and that's what I'm talking about. Like the whole rock star thing is because like there's so many rock stars that are gone that should have been way bigger than they were, but they were just cast into the limelight, and like they off themselves or like something fucking happened when they were in the prime of their life. And there's all these like artists that like are in the time of their life and they're not doing enough.
Yeah,
You
100%.
get what I mean? But then you got like dope artists that just fucking sort of get off it.
Yeah,
They
for sure.
sort of like aren't fucking down anymore, which is
Yeah.
where I think Kendrick is.
Yeah, he's
The-
probably
yeah.
cool with just featuring it. Like,
The hardest
For
one,
sure,
the,
with
that
Baby
Haim
Keem and
feature
stuff
was
like that.
crazy.
the hardest
Yeah.
thing to know the temperature on is Kendrick. We only know
Yeah.
what we get, and
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah, for sure.
that's why it seems so unfazed. That's why it
But I think
seems
too,
so.
it's
Yeah.
intriguing. Like it's cool for people to get that in little doses rather than be
Yeah.
oversaturated by someone.
Like, you don't know what Kendrick is up to.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
honestly,
Crazy.
the median of like output and in front of like people's faces is Drake, Cole, Kendrick. Like,
Yeah.
Drake's in your face.
Yeah.
You don't go anywhere.
Bro, that
without-
guy's got a new song
You don't-
every
yeah.
month.
It's
bro.
like
You
it's
won't-
like
you won't go
Griselda
without hearing
too.
him, seeing him, someone talking about him,
Yeah,
and then it's Cole. Cause I feel like Cole, he'll have an appearance every like now and then, and even more so than ever. And then Kendrick's just like off the grid.
What do you reckon is next for Kendrick after Top Dog?
Oh well, he's starting his label,
Yeah,
the
for
PG
sure.
Lang with Keem, Baby Keem as the first artist.
Oh,
And
that's
then
hard.
Day Free that was with Top Dog is doing PG Lang with Kendrick.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, when I first seen PG Lang, I thought it was just gonna be some because they're doing like Calvin Klein campaign.
Is it based out of LA or is it just like international or like what is it? Is
Oh, I
there
don't
like a
know.
certain like view for it?
I
I feel
don't-
like it's gonna be like LA based to start off with.
I
Just
don't
to
know.
s- just to
Artist
stick
wise, the
that,
only
like-
thing is that it's gonna be Keem and
Because
Kendrick.
where's Keem from? Keem
Oh,
from LA.
it's his cousin.
They
That's
grew,
cousin,
they grew up
yeah.
together
It's
and
his
shit.
cousin,
That's
yeah.
where that photo came from.
Yeah, it's his
that's
cousin.
hard.
So
oh, gee.
I don't think Kendrick's gonna think like
That's why
that.
they
I don't
sound
think
the
it's gonna be a TDE approach where it's like a.
It's like a
Very-
light and dark.
I feel like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
going. I feel like he's gonna like actually. He's gonna try and go for some global like
Yeah, I was about
talent
to say.
for sure.
It's gonna be like
It's
good
like-
music when good music first came out.
Because I
Like
mean,
super hard.
well, Kendrick's had a hand in a lot of people's albums on TDE, for the whole roster.
Yeah, well, he chose like track listings for like fucking like
Schoolboy.
Schoolboy Q and
Yeah,
shit
J-Rock.
for like a lot of his albums.
Yeah.
And Kendrick was always pulled in for like the choosing,
Yeah.
and Kendrick's just like, yeah, gee, that one.
Well, I mean,
Nah,
you
it's
hear
not that one.
Isaiah Rashad project, and then all of a sudden you hear all these ad libs from Kendrick, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Is a verse gonna come?" And it's like, no. So he oversees a lot of music for TDE
Bet.
in terms of anything. So he's like I think a lot of people underestimate this next phase of him being an executive
sure.
producer on his own label. I think everyone's, I think big. Because I'm talking about this guy that puts
really
together
hope he
these
touches
pieces of
beats.
albums.
I really,
Yeah.
I really hope he's like taking this time to like even just like super going on like beat making and shit, because I don't want him to be like DJ Khaled. I want him to be
sure.
like Diddy.
I want
not
him to be
in the
like
video.
Jay Z.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, like
telling-
Jigga. Yeah,
for
100%.
sure.
But if we're talking about he's doing sequencing for, I mean, we're talking about a label that's only put out good albums.
Yeah,
The whole label.
Yeah.
And
Smartest
he's had some
label
sort of
on
pieces
Earth
to
at the
do with
moment.
sequencing with Q's album, some ad libs on Isaiah's, and he might say here and there like, "Oh, I think you should do a little interlude here." Like, you know, I don't know how. Like, I'm not saying he's sequencing every album, but obviously Q said he sequenced an album. You hear ad libs here and this, and you're like, this guy's like touching almost every TDE
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
And he's doing his like. There's one thing undeniable. His bodies of work are amazing. His visuals are amazing for his like all the music videos. There's a lot of thought that goes into it. So I can't imagine him not being the same way with the artists that are gonna be
Yeah,
on
for
the
sure.
on the label. So
I feel like with Kendrick, he's not gonna overshadow them because he's to the point when he's like stepping back a bit to make them big, like what Kanye did with like Good Music, and I feel like it was Kanye and his mates.
for sure.
You get what I mean? Because like there's a lot of albums that should have come out that didn't come out.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
I wish there was a good music, like
Yeah, that's
another album
mates.
for good music.